What's going on, guys? It is Patrick here, and today I'm bringing you my ultimate guide to the new Extinction map, Awakening. In this video, I'm going to be showing you everything there is to need to know to beat this map. I'm going to take you through an entire walkthrough, showing you where everything is, like guns and traps and all that stuff. Going to be helping you with the ending as well as the escape, and then from there, we're going to look at loadouts, we're going to look at all buildables, and just sort of look at what's new, what they've added into this map. So guys, like I said, this is an ultimate guide. It's going to show you everything you need to know to beat this map. If you could leave a like just to support it, get it out to others, that would be great. Now, let's get into the video. Alright, so we spawn into this cave sort of area, and we can go out to the end here, and there will be a Maverick rifle for 1500 points right at the end of the tunnel. From there, we are now into the actual map, and I gotta say, it's really confusing. There's a lot of stuff going on here, different levels, different pathways. It's crazy. You got the TAC-12 there for 2000. That's pretty good. It's a decent gun. I would say it's pretty good. It's okay. You can continue on your right here. You will have a VKS for 1500. I should mention that you can jump really high, so that's one nice thing about this area is that you can maneuver better. A trap there for 750, and if you do continue on here, there will be a little back road area, secret area that has a mammoth spawn in when you come over here, and there's like schematics as well as some lockers and sometimes searchables. So that's kind of like the right side of the area of the map. Now, like I said, this is really confusing. There's just so much going on here. There's so many guns, just so many, like, everything. Like, I already just passed one, but there's one down there for the Castet, which isn't really an important gun. We can move on here, and there is actually a pretty relevant gun, the Remington. I do recommend buying that right out the gates. It's a great gun. Probably either that or the Remington. Another fire trap there. Like I said, there's just so much. There's a little cave up here that usually has some searchables. You'll get a guy spawn in on you if you do come in here, so just be careful about that. And then there's also a little cave to the left, which is kind of the exact same sort of scenario. As you can see right here, there is just some more stuff going on in here. Nothing too crazy, but I think you get a guy spawn in, you have some intel, and again, more search spots. So moving down here, it's I keep saying this, but it's so hard because like there's so many different levels and there's so many different ridges and everything. It's just really crazy around this area. So just kind of showing you guys the different levels and everything. There's a lot of guns around here. There's actually a chainsaw up here, I believe, for all right, so yeah, so here where we were there was a Remington, you remember that. So just beyond there is a chainsaw for 3000, which is a pretty nice gun you can buy. Coming around here, there's another sort of just secret area with like lockers, and sometimes there's an arc in there. And then directly across as we come out of here, there's also one, which I don't really show you because they're all the same. But, oh, maybe I do show you guys. Yeah, okay, I do. But it's basically the exact same sort of deal. You come back here, you get guys spawn in, and you get some really rare items, some really nice stuff in this spot, some more schematics, which I should mention, the schematics are all random, just a pro tip for you. And that's kind of like the sort of clusterfuckish area that is. As you move out of the area a bit towards the end of it, it gets a little more sorted out. But like I said, this area is really weird, and I generally recommend staying on the top levels. If you stay on the bottom, like look, there's a gun right there, the IA2. There's so much going on here. Just try to stick to the top levels. You should make it fine. And then over here, like I was just what I was referring to, it gets a little better. There's only like one sort of level, and then there's some like cliffs and stuff. You usually have an obelisk right there. And then up here is kind of the ending to this area. So once you get all the obelisks done here, you have to destroy them, come up to this, and you will use the Vanguard. All right, so this Vanguard part is really not very difficult. You have unlimited uses with it and not too many cryptids spawn in, so your team really won't have much problem. You have unlimited health when you're in it. You get a shield around you, so it's actually really easy. You don't have to have anyone protecting you. The only thing is it can die pretty quickly, so just have teammates, shooting gargoyles, scorpions and dive bombers, things like that. But basically just hold on your left trigger shooting at it, and then use your missile occasionally when it reloads, and just shoot these until all 5 or 6 or however many there are broken, and you can move on to the next area. Like I said, this part's really easy. You should have no problem with it. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the second area of the map, and this is a little bit easier to explain because it's not just utter mayhem. So this is going into the second area right here. The best way I try to describe it is think about it as a diamond. So this point that we're at right now would be like the bottom of the diamond. That's the first door. We have the Maverick there for 1500 again. A lot of Mavericks around the map. And as we head here, there's actually just like kind of like a loop that loops back to the door that you'll just see here. So just kind of try to think about this whole area as a big diamond. There's a point at the bottom, which would be the starting door. There's 2 points to the left and to the right, and then there's 1 point adjacently across from it. So as we head over to here, we would head to the left point of the diamond. We have the MK14 or the M14 EBR sniper for 1500. Not that great. And this is Cliffside. So this is the left point in the diamond. This is Cliffside. We have the Amelie for 3000 points. Really good gun if you're running weapon specialist. And then up over here to the left, there's the K7 for 2000. Another good gun. And you can drop down the cliff here, and there is some more like lockers and that things of that nature, and you'll get some guys spawning in after you. So like I said, this left side would be the kind of like the left point in the diamond, and this is Cliffside. So the bottom point in the diamond would be the starting door that leads to the second area, or the first that leads from the first area to the second. And then this is it right here. This is the bottom of the diamond. To the left where we just were would be Cliffside, and then now we're running towards the right, which is the right side of the map, or like the right side of a diamond, and that is Waterfall. So there's a chainsaw there for 3000, as well as a pretty good electric trap that I recommend using when you're by that obelisk. And here we have the Bulldog for 2500 points. Now you may have already seen this gameplay in another video, because I do remember using it, but this is just to show you kind of like some upward levels of the map. Like I said, this is still a really confusing map, but it's not as just stupidly awkward as the other section. So there's an intel if you are looking for that. There's Cliffside, left side of the diamond, and we can run back over here, and we will come kind of towards the Waterfall, which is the right point of the diamond. So here is some lockers. I think you get guys when you come over here. I think you'll get guys spawning in towards you, so just watch out for that, as always. And I just kind of searching around here. So we're going to drop down, and I think we're going to be back to where we were. Yeah, see, with the chainsaw and the electric fence, we were just right here. But we can actually continue on, and here is the Waterfall, which, like I said, right point in the diamond. Just try to visualize that. We got some schematics here, which are great, as well as some lockers, and I'm sure there's some more search spots here once in a while. So we can continue on from the Waterfall, and that will lead to the final point, the frontal point in the diamond, which we were already kind of there, which is the door that leads to the third area. And I think, am I searching right now? No, I'm not. Okay. All right, I'm just trying to point back. This is like the very middle section right of the map right here. It's like a diamond, and then there's a cross going through it, just to make it that much more confusing. We got the Ripper there. So here we go. So that is the area that leads to the third door. That's the tip of the diamond. That is Waterfall. We have aiming back, that is the starting room, like the starting door, and then there's Cliffside. So hopefully that kind of like last little bit will kind of give you a good visual representation. It's like a big diamond around the map, big circle almost, or diamond, whatever, and then there's a cross going through it to get to any section. So it's actually quite simple when you think of it like that. I know it's hard to explain, and I suck at explaining things like that, visual things, but hopefully that kind of gave you a good, at least visual walkthrough of it. And then once you get all the obelisks in that area, you will have to do the Vanguard, and then you'll be ready to move on to the third area. All right, so the third and final area is not only the easiest to explain, but it's also probably the easiest of any area, just because you're really set up and there's only 3 obelisks, so it shouldn't take too long. So as we go down the right side here, we have the VKS there for 1500. And it's just this area is just basically like a big old circle with a slash right through the middle. We also have a fire trap there. Really great if you put your sentries in that. It makes it so like they'll all go for it, and you just put your sentries in the fire, and it'll get them really well. Got the Bulldog there for 2500. Across the way is the Remington for 2000. But we can continue on our way kind of around the circumference of the circle. And we, I gotta search, of course, get my locker key. Anyways, so that's kind of where we came from, but we continue on here. We have the R7, I believe, or sorry, the K7 for 2000. Another fire trap, that's also quite a good one. And there's an area where you can fall off, as you can see right there. Watch out for that. I'm leaving that in just to let you guys know that it's really easy. I've had so many teammates fall off there. I don't know what it is, but just watch out. So as you can see, I just came from over there, and we can continue on around the circle. We got another fire trap there. Same thing. Put your sentries in the fire, and they won't get hurt. And there's another obelisk down towards this lower section of the map. Like I said, this is a really, really basic area. It's just one big circle with a slash kind of going through it. We got the obelisk. We have the Ripper there for 1500. And there's actually a little secret area here, which you may not know about. There's a chainsaw, there's an anemele, my bad, or an anemele, however you pronounce that. We have 2 more schematics as well as some more lockers. Basically, every sort of like secret area is the same. Sometimes they also have arcs in it, which I may mention just a little bit later. So that's basically that sort of little secret area. It's kind of the same as they all are, they'll spawn in guys and all that good stuff. So the last sort of, area of this is another secret one, and it's just down here, I believe. Yeah, right here. And I think there's a chainsaw on this one. I know. Yeah, it's got to be a chainsaw. So again, you got your lockers, you got the usual, and nicely enough, you have a chainsaw. So if you want to pick one of those up before you head off to the arc, that's really good. And I believe arcs can spawn in this area as well. So that's basically the third area. You only have 3 obelisks to take down, and they're all not too bad because there's really nice traps for all of them. So once you get those 3, you can move on to the arc. Okay, so this last section is kind of comparable to the chlorine gas on Mayday. You have to defend these towers from getting hit by the cryptids. You can actually repair them though, and essentially you're just trying to make this meter fill up. I think you're trying to fill up the computers or this cortex that Archer right there has or something. Not exactly sure what's going on here. I haven't listened to the storyline yet, but basically what you got to do is you got to defend these 4 computers from going down. Now, basically what happens is a whole bunch of guys spotted in trying to shoot it. You'll have 4. There's 2 up top and there's 2 down below. If you have 2 guys, have 1 up top, 1 below. If you have 3, it's kind of weird because you can put 2 up top, probably 1 below. And if you have 4, you can just go 2 up top, 2 down below. If you're solo, you got to deal with all 4 of them on your own. Now, I like to have people with sentry guns for this. It's really, really helpful. I put 2, just as where you saw probably in the video, I just put 2 kind of on each side of them. And what happens when they get red is they make it so that the meter cannot continue to go up. They can all go red and you actually won't lose. That's happened to me before. But actually the thing that happens is the meter won't go up and you guys will die really fast. Now, one thing that's really great about this area is that Archer will get this thing, he has this cortex, and it'll charge up and it'll basically destroy all the aliens. It's really, really cool. So you can go over and activate it, and it will kill everything, including the rhinos that's around you. And that's really, really great. So basically, this area, just keep them off the computers, and if they do go off, get your engineer or whoever to fix them, and just make sure that they're all online or the meter will not go up. And if they're all offline, I think you can still manage. So anyways, once you have that all the way filled up, you are now ready to leave, and make sure you bring your cortex with you. So now it's time to escape with the cortex. So head back over the bridge on your way back to where you came towards all the doors. Each door is going to be guarded by some sort of barrier, and you have to destroy it with the cortex. So set down your cortex right beside it and just basically let it fill up. You're going to get a lot of guys spawning in, rhinos, everything. Get people setting down IMSs, sentries also really help. But basically, you're just trying to defend the cortex and letting it fill up. And I think it fills up when you get kills. So just try to get as many kills as possible. Just really, really grind out. Use all your money up because you're going to be low on it. And you're going to have 3 of these doors. So there's one at this at the ending, the beginning of the very first area. Once that's ready, just activate the cortex, pick it up, and head to the second area. Here you go, right here. This is the second area. Again, just another door. There's a cortex waiting. We just go ahead, we activate it. I think it breaks this door or whatever. One of our teammates pick it up, and we head out again. It's really basic. This isn't too difficult of an escape as long as you just set down your sentries. And then again here we run back to the beginning area, and we're just sitting here just waiting for it all to go down. It goes down. The cortex lights up. We carry it with us to the extraction zone, guys. That's basically the escape. Pro tips are use sentries, use IMS, and make sure you don't die. All right, guys, so the next thing that we're going to look at is loadouts. And I'm going to look at this for 1 player, 2 player, 3 player, and 4 player. Basically, just every class will add on to the entire group. So the first class that I recommend, if you're going solo, is you're going to want to have essentially what I have right here. So have an engineer, have really the pistol type doesn't matter. It's whatever you prefer. Ammo is kind of what you prefer as well. I really prefer incendiary. You want to have them running armor if they're solo or 2 player, and boosters if they're 3 player or 4 player. Strike package is definitely Sentry Gun, and equalizer for your crowd controller. So that's your player number 1. If you're having a second person, you're going to want to have them play as a medic. So you're going to have that. Pistols, whatever you prefer. Ammos, whatever you prefer. Team support is going to be armor. Strike package is going to be the IMS, preferably with the 2 armory upgrades. And then equalizer, again, going to go crowd control. Now, for your third class, you're going to actually have another medic, which is really surprising to a lot of people. But you want your medics both to have the armory upgrades because that is just so helpful in clutch situations. So have another medic with your armory upgrade. Again, pistol doesn't really matter. Ammo type doesn't really matter. Another armor team support. And this one is going to have Sentry Guns. And then equalizer, again, I just recommend crowd control because it gives you extra health. As for your fourth person, I recommend a weapon specialist, someone who will just help you killing guys. He's got that quick reload, probably running an LMG, really, really helpful. So give him a weapon specialist. Pistol doesn't matter. Ammo type doesn't really matter. Team support. Here's the thing. You can either go another team booster, you can either go another armor, or you can go feral instincts. I'd probably go with feral just because it's really helpful and it's really great on the actual escape, but really it's your call here. And then again, another strike package, Sentry Gun, and equalizer should go crowd control again. So that's what I recommend from 1 to 4 players. So as you add a person on every time, add those classes up. So hopefully, if you have 2 people, go with those first 2 classes I show you. If you have a third, add the third class. If you're going solo, just use that first class I showed you with the engineer. Anyways, that is classes. All right, guys, so the next thing that we're going to look at are buildables. And the last time I did this, I showed you like every single piece for buildables, and I think that was a mistake. It takes too long to show you. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to go over where to find the schematic and what it does. But I'm not going to show you every single individual piece because when you find a schematic, all you have to go is just find 3 toolboxes and it'll automatically give you the right piece. It's really easy like that. So I'm not going to bother just showing you every single piece. I just feel like that's kind of a waste of your time. So the first one that we're going to go over, though, is the Venom Grenade, which is a new one, and it's actually really, really awesome. So you see here, I found my 3 toolboxes, I get it crafted, and I toss it at a mammoth, and watch how powerful they are. I'm not sure if they're as good as Venom X because you can't get them replaced, but he's just spawning guys in, and I'm just killing them faster than they can spawn. I shoot all 5 at them. I only needed 4 to kill them. As you can see there, the Venom Grenade is a really, really powerful thing. And if you're going to build a pipe bomb, you may as well just build those because they're 5 times better. All right, the next thing that we're going to look at is the Hypno Trap. And I should just mention that schematics are random in the areas that they spawn. So it was a Hypno Trap there that time, but it might not always be a Hypno Trap in that specific schematic thing. Anyways, the Hypno Trap basically... you get your 3 toolboxes as always, and what it does is it acts as a hypno knife, but it can actually get rhinos. And essentially, like I said, what it is it's just a pad that you set down, and when you get it, when you get it crafted, it will hypnotize 2 enemies. And you see here, I think this is from a previous video, but I actually get one activated, and I spawn in a mammoth. And as you can see, it actually doesn't work on mammoths, but it works on everything other than mammoths and gargoyles. So there you go. Normally, if it was anything else, it would walk over it and it would hypnotize it. Pretty good, but I really don't think it's worth your toolboxes. Next up is the Tesla Trap. And although this one's pretty good, it's something I don't think is worth your toolboxes again. So you see here, you get your Tesla Trap schematic, and again, just find 3 toolboxes. And essentially what it is it's like this giant electrical thing that you can put down, and if you put more than one, it'll like connect the bolts of electricity together and form like a giant fence. I mean, you can pretty much just use the fire traps, same exact thing. And I really just don't feel like this is worth it. It's not that it's bad, it's just not really the greatest buildable. All right, moving on to the pipe bomb, and this is probably the worst one of them all, just because the fact that they added the Venom Grenade, and it's the exact same thing but worse. So here's another example of the pipe bomb as compared to, remember, the Venom schematic. So you see here, we're going to throw all 5 at him, and it really doesn't do anything. It doesn't really kill him, and I actually have to retreat. So there's not a whole lot of point using that if you can just get a Venom Grenade. Now, maybe you really want grenades and you don't have a Venom Grenade on your map as a schematic. That's really the only time you might want to think about it, but again, it's really just not worth it. Moving on to something pretty good, and that is the sticky flare. So when you craft this, it gives you 2 flares that basically last longer than the normal flare. So it's really, really helpful on this map. Not as helpful as it was on Mayday, not as necessary, but again, if you have some extra parts, I would probably recommend either building this or the grenades. But again, this is really, really helpful to help you like on escaping or even at the last little section. So sticky flares are good, and I recommend them. And certainly the best buildable of all, we have the Venom X. Now there's 3 different Venom X's in this map. There is the normal green Venom X that you get by picking up Biolum. There is the blue Venom X that you get by picking up blue Biolum. And there is the orange Venom X or fire Venom X that you get from picking up orange Biolum. There's only 3 in this map, just to let you know. I don't think there's any Amethyst. I've seen nobody with it, so we're assuming that there is none. And the Venom X is really powerful again. As you can see here, just another comparison of how good it is. I think it takes them out in 4 maybe. Again, it's really, really good, and it's replenishable, or basic. Yeah, so there you go, basically 4. So it's very, very powerful, and I recommend getting this right off the bat. Like I said, there's 3. You get 2. First off, when you go searching, you'll get 2 pieces. You'll get the deactivated Venom X and the nucleic battery. Then the third one will be your Biolum, which you get to choose. So go out and get yourself a Venom X. But anyways, guys, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you guys could leave a like just to support this, help it grow, help everyone see it, that would mean so much to me. And if you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. I do a lot of Extinction when it comes out, and I'm really looking forward to the 4th and final DLC. Again, guys, I just want to thank you so much for watching. This was a long video, and if you're still here, comment that you made it all the way to the end. I just want to see who can make it. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I always go back to these videos, even months later, and just answers people questions. So if you have any questions regarding this map, just feel free to ask. I have a whole bunch of videos on them as well. And have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you so much for watching.